I explained why you have superfluity in this industrial age, this technological age. And we don't have to accept any technology we don't want. If we, the people, have our way, we don't have to have self-driving vehicles if we don't want them, if we don't trust them. They just had an accident recently. I think I wrote it down in my current events. I think it was in Las Vegas. I forget where it was. Doesn't matter. It involved some shuttle bus or something, but driverless shuttle bus. But yeah, folks, that's progress. It leads to freedom, and that is the antithesis of what the evil people that are still in control of this world. It's antithetical to what they want. They don't want us to be free. And if you say, well, you got to find freedom on your own, you got to go out and make a lot of money, because that's how I define freedom, is to be financially free. But it's a rigged game, and I don't want to play. You understand? I mean, I'm not saying that if, I don't come up with some good idea and make a lot of money and do something good for humanity that everybody blesses me for, and I say, so I'm rich now, okay, so I'll pay a tithe. Is it going to help? Is it going to help the man on the street if I get rich, if I'm prosperous, as defined by the world, successful, make a lot of money? If I get famous, how's it going to help the homeless guy that just got run over the other night and killed, that lost his will to live, committed suicide by automobile? I'm glad I raised my daughters. I taught them how to drive, both of them. And one thing I told them, I said, look, you need to be prepared at any time you're driving. You're driving at night in the rain. I say, you be prepared. Your visibility is bad. You be prepared for some drunk guy dressed all in black to stumble in front of your automobile. And if it so happens in front of a crosswalk, guess what? You're going to be charged with a crime. That's how you ought to drive your automobile. But these things happen. It could happen to me. It could happen to anybody. And, I don't want to live with that. I don't want to hurt somebody accidentally, much less on purpose. Hell, I don't even want to hurt your feelings. I mean, to what avail? What does it profit me? All I want to do is I want to advance. I want to progress as a civilization, as a society, as a family, as a race, as a species. I want to leave a better world for my children. I want to leave this world a little better for my brief visit than how I found it. And so far I haven't succeeded. And I don't see how making a lot of money is going to prove anything to me, change my point of view. I don't want it to. I want to be who I want to be, and I am who I want to be today. My values, my choices, my decisions. But I could enjoy a luxurious lifestyle once everybody can start enjoying it. Once I start seeing progress, but I'm not. To this day, I'm not seeing progress in that direction. And I don't blame Trump. He's trying. I do believe he's taken. I believe that lag period, we'd still see progress. Even if Trump was taken out tomorrow, we'd see the effects of what he did in taking 2 steps forward and 1 step backward. I do believe that. And we've got to understand the lag period. This stock market thing, I don't think Trump ought to be taking credit for that. There might be something to do with the tax, the promise of tax cuts for the corporations. It may have something to do with that. But it really, what I believe it is, it's just that a lot of people had their money tucked under a metaphorical mattress all this time because they were part of that $10 trillion giveaway that Obama just recently did. And so it's a metaphor for just hidden money offshore, wherever, in their safes, pallets in their garage, I don't know. But they turned it in. And they want to parlay it in the stock market. That's my own view. I believe there's a lag period. We've got to, unless we understand that stuff's not happening in real time, that there is this lag period. Even what JFK was aiming to do, there was a lag period to where there was actually a period where it looked like there was hope for an egalitarian America. And, but the evildoers got their S-hooks into the fabric, the meaty part of America, through the money printing, issuance of currency, and this is where we are today. Enormous national debt, enormous welfare state, enormous criminal industrial complex, enormous dubious warfare industrial complex. We're a mess. We've got to confess our sin before God. Talk about the sin that would piss God off. That's it. It's not understanding that that you are the least of men. I mean, hell, if Jesus could call himself the least of men, okay, who is one day going to be ruling over the affairs of men on this planet. It's coming. That day is coming. At the turn of the age, that day is coming soon. Most Bible prophets believe, people that have devoted their lives to the study of Bible prophecy. That's it. That's it. They're just looking. This is what he said. Signs of the ends of the age. It's almost here. Thank God it's almost here. We need his help. You know, and it's going to be traumatic for a lot of people. It's going to feel like they've been caught with their pants down. Like Jesus said, he's going to come like a thief in the night. They're going to be unprepared, but not for the elect. Anybody can choose to be elect. It's just to choose to say, yes, it's true. I need to ready my heart, my soul, my spirit, my mind, my body, every fiber of my being to be right with him, to have the right values. Say, if it's your will, God, let it be my will. Tell me what opinion to have, what belief to have, what philosophy to have, what credo to have about this subject or that subject. If he says that I want everybody to be understood, that you're born with a silver spoon in their mouth, are you going to be okay with that, or are you going to resist that? And if you resist his will, you can say, well, God's just stupid. He doesn't know that would have societal breakdown if everybody was born with a silver spoon. Who would work? Who would pick up my dog crap? Who would wipe my behind because I'm disabled? You can't worry about those things. You either trust God wholly or you don't. But nobody's going to be able to say, oh, well, God's way is a stupid way. He's a pacifist? What do you mean? Love your enemies? What is he? God, you're an idiot. Jesus, you're an idiot. Is that your attitude? When God said, let vengeance be mine, saith the Lord, is it your attitude to say, well, no, he just doesn't understand. We need this as a deterrent. We've got capital punishment. Not even understanding just what mob mentality that is, how that is premeditated murder on a grand scale. It's obviously first-degree murder, capital punishment. I mean, let's get honest. That's all I'm saying. Let's not get intellectual. Let's just be honest. Lay all our cards on the table and say, if it's God's will, make it my will. That's it, man. I don't want to be traumatized by any eventuality that is prophesied in Scripture, promised by Jesus Christ, promised by God, promised by all the saints and prophets that came before, whose blood has been shed through history. Because the establishmentarians, the same mentality, same caliber, the same kind of people, the same ilk that are running the world today. Huge hypocrites, live by a double standard, they're elitist, and they're on the highway to hell. So we sure want to go the opposite direction of these people. So if I could guarantee, if I could absolutely promise, and I'd stake my life on that promise, that if we just ended extreme, desperate poverty, you'd see crime plummet overnight. Guaranteed. Plummet. So that means you have a kinder, safer, gentler society. That if I could guarantee that abortions would plummet overnight, that prostitution and drug use and dubious warfare would all dry up, if the national debt would dry up, if the welfare state would dry up in very short order of just ending desperate extreme poverty, your taxes would go to practically zero over time. If I told you all these things, would you believe me? Would you be willing at least to give it a try? Because I really believe this is what we need to cultivate in our hearts and in our minds. A world where we are free. We, and I am all inclusive. I mean, everybody all over the world has to be free. I believe with every fiber of my being, I contend, that is God's will. I don't know what else I can say to anybody. But that's what we need to cultivate. That's what we need to understand. That's what we need to realize. That is coming out of confusion. That is coming out of ignorance. That is agreeing and admitting that 2 + 2 = 4, always has, always will. That is being logical. That is being reasonable. It's not being far out. It's not being radical. No. It's being common sense.